When you become your authentic self, people have a love condition. Yes, they love you under a specific condition of how they see you in their head. All right. And one of the biggest ways that I've realized this was through many different things, but one of them was my sexuality. Okay. And I had this for a very, very long time where I couldn't be a certain thing because it was considered wrong or bad, or people wanted it to be a phase or temporary. And really, it was just subconsciously they wanted to control me into being a specific person so that they could feel happy and be comfortable. These are friends, family, everybody. Okay. There's a lot of people that I can say, but we're not going to do that. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tyson. This is Owning Purpose. On this channel, we talk about spirituality, law of attraction, manifestation, relationships, and how to be your motherfucking self, all right? That was another thing, too. Cursing, all right? I looked back at some of my other videos, and I was like, oh, I wasn't really being myself. And I've heard some people say, okay, you've had a little bit of a vulgar mouth in your videos. You need to be more professional. All right, well, what if I don't feel like necessarily being professional? Right? What does it even mean to be professional? I think what it really is you subconsciously have listened to society of what is professional. You haven't thought for yourself, and you just start doing things that you feel is right. And then you put that onto other people of what they should be doing. And you try to control others because subconsciously you want to be in control of how everybody runs their life. All right? Let's keep it real, okay? Now, I mentioned my sexuality before as well. One of the biggest things that I struggled with, and I put this in my inner child healing and relationship playlist, I'll put up above, inner child healing and religious trauma playlist I'll put up above. I had a huge thing when I was younger. I thought that I was going to die, basically. Around like 11th, 12th grade, I wasn't very open. I was very vocal about it, but I didn't have a partner at the time. Especially during those years. And as I went through college, I really had to learn about my own sexuality and learning how to be happy and learning how to really speak for myself. Because here's the thing, when you're black, right, we know the whole thing about being black, being queer, all of that. A lot of people don't want to even learn about that, especially the black community, whether this is your family, even it could be friends too. They don't want to educate themselves. What will happen is a lot of black queer kids, they'll get this is a phase from other people. They'll get this is temporary because other people don't want to feel uncomfortable with you telling something truthful about yourself. So subconsciously what happens is they have an idea. This could be your friends too, but they have an idea in their head, right, of this is who Tyson is. Now, once Tyson says something, now it's like, oh no, I hope that he changes because now my whole plan of how I wanted him to live his life is now different. And so now it challenges another person. And I'm sick of it. I am sick of feeling my whole life. I felt, I'm 24, I just turned 24. My birthday was December 31st. But I had a really crazy situation where I felt like I hated myself a lot. You guys know, some of you know, if you don't know, the playlist is up here, but in that inner child healing and religious trauma playlist, I talked about a lot of how I used to hate myself. I thought that I was going to be burning in hell. I thought I was going to get AIDS and die. I had all these horrible things. I took this course. I had spent $800 on this course. I knew the guy beforehand, so I didn't just spend it freely, but I had a one-on-one coaching session with him for like an hour and a half a couple months before I took the course in September. The course was about helping gay and trans and bisexual and queer men, and the course changed my life. But the point is that if I never invested into myself, and if I never decided to say, you know what, I'm not just somebody who is making videos about helping people to find their purpose. I'm not just someone making relationship videos, inner child healing videos. I am someone who is going to create a channel. This is about me owning my purpose, but you learning to how to own and live in yours as well. And you cannot live in your purpose in this life and be flaky or be not be your real self. We are so scared of judgment. And this video isn't really just about sexuality. It can also be about religion. You could be going from Christianity to now spirituality. You can be having friends that you used to be cool with that now you're like, they're not really in my vibration or in my level anymore, and now I got to shift. I have been called fake and phony and acting brand new, and you need to change this phase. And there's so many things that people have said. But if I don't stand true on who and what it is that I love and what I love to do, who I love to be around, who I love to, who I'm interested in, sexually and romantically, or what friends I have around me, I've realized a lot of people don't want to learn. They would rather be, oh, you switch this religion. Oh, you don't want to be friends with me anymore. I'm going to cut you out. Or, oh, you don't want to be in this sexuality, or you're this type of sexuality. Well, I want you to change it so that that person can be in control of, yes, everything is going in the way that I want these people to behave. And that is a sick way to live. And when you start realizing that people are doing that to you, you need to move yourself away. You need to start standing up for yourself and saying, you know what? I do not want to be who you are. I had this happen with a couple of people that are very, very close to me, where they started putting me, I realized that they were putting me in this identity from where I was when I was 5 years old. I'm like, wait, hold on, baby. I am not the kid I'm not 5 anymore. Like, that nigga is gone. Excuse my language, but he's not here anymore, right? Now, I am definitely a more evolved version of my 5-year-old self, but I'm not 5 anymore. And so you have to really get to a point when you want to be authentically, unapologetically yourself. You have to realize that, who are you? Who do you say that you are? Who do you believe that you are? Because if you believe in yourself and you believe in where you're going and what you're doing, you will be good. I promise you. The universe will take care of you. And I've realized a lot of people don't have trust in the universe. They say that they do, but then they get concerned. We all get a little bit worried, but when you start to get so concerned, and this, a good example of this is, we can go back to the sexuality thing. If somebody wants you to change your sexuality or wants you to change your religion, for example, and they're afraid that when you change your sexuality, you're going to get AIDS and you're going to die. Or they're afraid that when you change your religion, you're going to be burning in hell for the rest of your life, or, bad karma is going to happen to you. Those people, they don't have an understanding of intuition, right? So if I know for my own sexuality, right, I'm the type of guy that I take care of myself all the time. I don't play around with shit like that. I've gotten tested thousands of times. There's certain things that I don't play around with. Now, I know from my own intuition, if I'm meeting up with someone, I don't really do that. But if I'm dating somebody, right, and I talk to this person, and I'm feeling them out, we're having conversations, whatever, and there's something that's telling me you need to leave here, I'm being protected. And a lot of people, they care for you, right? They want you to be healthy. They want you to be well. It could be the same thing with religion. If you're around someone and you're like, oh, what their spiritual practices don't feel right to me, and you have maybe a parent or you have a friend that's kind of like, I'm really concerned that, they're going down the wrong path. Well, who's for you to say that that is the wrong path? It's only a wrong path because either one, you feel uncomfortable about it, or two, you've taken what society has taught you. You've taken what communities have taught you. You don't think for yourself. You don't ask questions. You just take on what everybody else is saying. You just walk around and you just believe it all day. And then you infuse that onto someone else because of a subconscious scarcity. I know that's a lot. Now, the reason how I know all of that stuff is because I've been in those religious places, right? I've been in those places that I called myself the Kanye of the school. I was very, very controversial. And although I didn't get in trouble to where it was like I was coming home and I was always getting in trouble for something, or I was, being sent home or whatever, it wasn't any of that. It was in the school. I could tell that people didn't like me. I could tell that people thought that I was controversial. And it's okay because now I'm very happy with my life. I don't live under a rock. It's been a long, like the end of from August to about December, or even now, but August to about December was probably the most challengingest times. I graduated from college. All those things were great. But part of being authentically yourself, you lose people, man. And it's not even like you lose people. It's just like people don't want to ask you questions. They just kind of like, I don't like this. I hope that this is, I hope this is just, temporary, and I hope you change, and whatever it is in my life. It doesn't even have to be sexuality. It could be religion. It could be It could be my clothing. It could be the way that I'm cussing in videos. People always want you to change. And if you are not being authentic, and it's very scary to do this, it can be scary sometimes, but I've realized I'd rather be not lonely, because I ain't lonely now, but I'd rather be alone in this season and be patient for the people that my ancestors in the universe have for me, instead of being around people that I just don't want to be around, people that do not make me feel safe, instead of lowering myself so that other people can feel comfortable. What type of shit is that? We have to go into places where we have to lower ourselves so that other people can feel comfortable. But what about me? Why am I lowering my own respect for myself to care about somebody else that just wants me to fall in line with what they want, and then me be miserable my whole life? People will bash you when you start to excuse me, people will bash you when you start to be yourself. Smash the like button if y'all getting some value out of this video. I know it's like 11 minutes, y'all still here. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but the whole point is, do not go into this year playing around with yourself. Don't go into this year just doing shit because you don't want to be seen as a specific person, right? You want to keep this light going. And I'm like, no. It's okay for certain people to say, okay, you know, that's how they're going to see me. That's okay. I got to remind myself that this is my life. And I told myself this a long time ago. And I think this is why I'm so open and vulnerable. I said, you know, even if I was to die and stand before a God, I wouldn't want to die and knowing that I lived my whole life for other people. I didn't want to die being like, oh, let me not, you know, I tell y'all about my sexuality all the time because it was so hard for me. And I don't think many people even understand that. I think people just think that, you know, they see the black, they see the gay, they think about what happened in the 80s, and they just think that people, that, you know, it's going to happen to you too. And it's like, why do I have to think like that? Why would I want to be somebody who beats myself up and who constantly thinks that that's just something that's going to happen? Why? When heterosexual people, the same thing can happen to them, but nobody talks about that. No one talks about that. No one puts pressure on that. It's wrap it up and you'll be fine. But then when someone else comes out and says that they're gay, oh God, it's like, oh Jesus, please change him because my God, he just needs to just fix himself so he can live the hetero life. I'm sorry. And I will say this, if you want me to change or phase or you don't like this channel because you've heard this video today, please just unsubscribe and just leave, you know? Stop watching my videos. If you don't like what I'm saying, just leave. If you think I'm mean, if you think I'm whatever, just leave. It's not hard. I promise you it's not hard. If you think I talk about you, or you think that I'm being shady, or I'm making stuff about you, like please leave. This channel is to help all of the other people, young people, black queer people, people who have went from Christianity to spirituality, people who are afraid to speak up, people who don't have a voice, who feel like they don't have a voice. This channel is for those who want to understand, how can I live in my purpose? How can I be myself? Not living in your purpose, just talking about how to find your purpose and discovering your purpose. Not all the sweet stuff. I'm talking about the deep-rooted traumas. That's part of your purpose too. I'm talking about the subconscious programming that has been in your mind, from religion to family to the way why you think about money in such a lack perspective. I'm talking about those people who are really wanting to take the spiritual awakening journey, not just the good shit with manifesting and healing and all this good stuff. No, I'm talking about making confrontational videos or having conversations that are like, hey, this is who the fuck I is, and if you don't like that, I'm gonna have to maybe space myself from you. I'm talking about people that you don't feel safe around, removing yourself from those people. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about creating a space for yourself that says, no matter how long I have to be single, I will be single before I ever settle down for a woman or for a man. I'm talking about being honest and being like, yes, I love my sexuality. Yes, I love who I am. Yes, I love who I love. Yes, I love that I love men. Yes, I do. Because why would I get to a space where I go and date a woman just so that people can be happy and celebrate and be like, oh God, thank you, this is normal now. Like, no. If I gotta be the one to shape and change the dynamic, even if it makes me uncomfortable, that I'm gonna do it. Because I would not die on this planet. If I died this year, God forbid, but if I died, I would not want to die and know, oh, I just lied to people. I lied to myself. Why would I want to do that? I'd rather have people not even understand me and people to count me out, because there will be a time where people will understand, especially on this platform. People will get it. People will get why I made these videos. People will understand it. Right now, a lot of people don't. People think that I'm weird. And y'all understand it because y'all are here. But I just made this video because it's important. Somebody needs this. 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes. Sorry, y'all. But someone needs this. Someone needs this video today. And I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. You're not going through this awakening session alone. You're not becoming a beautiful metamorphosis of a flower. Of a butterfly. My partner always talks about these metamorphoses of flowers and shit, and butterflies. And he's a Pisces, so I mean, he's very dreamy. But the point is like, we gotta be real, man. Don't live your life. Do not go into 2022 living for other people anymore. I don't care how many people who don't like you no more. I don't care if people stop watching your videos. I don't care if people don't fuck with you or support you like that. I don't care if people want to judge you all day. You got to get to a point to where you're like, the real people will respect you. The real people will fuck with you. The real people who are supposed to be in your life, they'll admire you. They'll be inspired by you. They will ask you questions and want to learn more about you instead of judge you, instead of be ignorant, instead of wanting you to change and be somebody different to please their own ego. So make sure y'all tap in today. and start it. Start it today. Whenever I post this video, start it. Start being yourself. Start loving yourself. Start being proud of yourself, because you deserve to live a good life. You deserve to have a life where you can love yourself and you can go out here and you can be a child, you can have fun, and you can know that you're loved by the universe. The universe does not hate you. God did not put you on this planet for you to be somebody to change your sexuality or to change your spiritual beliefs or to change the way that you want to. Maybe you want to move somewhere. Maybe you want certain, friends. There is no sin. There is no, all of these things, man, all this, you need to change this and move this and this. These are mindset controls. And when you understand that you are not here to live for other people, when you understand that you have this one human experience in this body that God has given you, that Source has given you, that your ancestors have created you and placed you on this planet, on this planet, so that you can live a fun life, so that you can learn who you really are and not what other people are. I've always been called a miracle child when I was a kid, due to like me being born as a preemie and stuff. And I realized, it's amazing what my family has said about me and the stories and stuff, but I am not what a lot of them have in their head. A lot of them, and you got to learn to also accept some people are only going to see you in a certain light. And that's fine. You can take some of it because there's some great qualities that I do love, and there's other ones that I'm like, that's great that you think like that, but that's not me. And it's not for you to prove to other people who you are either. It's not for you to say, oh, but this is how I think and this is how. People are at where they're at. And let me tell you something, baby. If they want to learn, they will come and fucking ask you, how have you done it? There are friends of mine that have literally asked, how are you so raw and real in your videos? How I am and why I am? It's because I know that I'm only here for a short amount of time. I know that it is my duty, it is in my soul for me to say, you know what? Everybody else has these thoughts. And a lot of people have these things and they don't resonate with me. I think a lot of this is, I don't want to live scared. I don't want to live in a fearful mindset of, oh my God, where am I going to go when I'm dead? Oh my goodness, what's going to happen, if this happens to me? I don't need to be putting that pressure and all that stuff on myself. What I need to do is be proud of where I am, be happy with where I am, and continue to move forward and do what I can for the collective of this world, for the collective of everybody, all 2,000 of you that are on this platform, for the collective of every single person who needs to watch a video like this. I don't care if it's 7 people, 14 people, 36 people, 300,000 people. Somebody's gonna need this. And the only way that I have learned is by learning through my own life experience. And every video I put out here, from relationships to some type of spiritual video, to some type of mindset hack, to some type of something, whatever it is, any topic that you see, it is because I have lived through it. It is because I have experienced it. And it is because I've spent a lot of time alone and a lot of time in these journals, writing out stuff and really reflecting on my life, reflecting on why did I treat people the way that I used to treat them? Why was I toxic in the past? Why have I had thoughts about certain relationships and certain people? Why did I have certain scarcities? And all these things have came from other things that ain't got shit to do with me. It was because I didn't know how to think for myself. I thought that I had to be the approval of my parents. I had to be the approval of my friends. I had to people please. I had to, do all these things, whether it was internships, whether it was professors, whether it was a job, stressing about a job, all these different things. And it's like, all this comes from other people and what they believed, and people haven't even taken time to think and be like, wait, hold on, what the fuck do I believe? Most people don't know. So, with that being said, I know this is 21 minutes long. I know most of y'all probably didn't even sit through this whole thing, and that's okay. But I hope wherever you got in this video, I hope that it helped you. I pray that it helped you. Please drop a comment down below in today's video and the thoughts that you may have. Ask any questions if you have any. Video suggestions would be great too. And yeah, check out the playlist up above. Make sure you follow me on social media down below. If you're interested in more relationship stuff, I do post a lot of that on my TikTok. If you like more mindset hacks and things like that, my Instagram is probably best for you to go to that. So I'll see y'all in the next video. My throat. Peace, y'all.